In Abuja, the notorious crime called One Chance has long been feared. Criminals posing as commercial drivers, robbing passengers before dumping them on the roadside. But today, we reveal a disturbing evolution where the robbery doesn't end with stolen cash or phones. It becomes a moving kidnap, a high-speed trap where your very identity is hijacked. Once inside, victims are held captive long enough for the gang to force them to unlock their phones. And then, using Nigeria's instant loan apps, the criminals take loans in the victim's name, cashing out before the terrified passenger is even released.
I shouted from the road where I was, area 8, and the car was actually about moving before I shouted and they stopped. So I ran to the vehicle. I said area 8 again. They said, "You have change?" I said, "Yes, I have 500 naira." It's okay, enter. So there was a guy sitting close to the passenger side. So as soon as I opened the vehicle and entered, he shifted for me towards the other side. So as soon as I entered, I noticed the glasses were winding up. So I was trying to look around and everything just happened so fast. So, and the guy in front came up with a knife, a jackknife, and was coming directly to me as if he was going to stab me on my chest. So I was not shouting. The one who shifted for me now tapped me with a gun and said, "Madam, the only thing that will save you here is cooperation. If you don't cooperate, we'll just kill you and push you out and nobody will know." So at that point, immediately he said that the one that came with jackknife now tied my face, tied my hand, and they bent me over under the back chair where I was, and they covered me. Both of them covered me, and the vehicle was moving. I didn't know where they were moving to, but they grabbed my bag and my phone and they started asking me questions, my BVN number, my NIN, my account details, and how many banks do I operate, where do I work, what level am I, and all that.
The things I saw before, they tied our eyes and our hands and overpowered us and started torturing us, beating us up and asking us to cooperate. They were saying so many things that if we don't cooperate, that they would send us to Baba, then Baba house, and Baba will use our body for rituals, they will use our organs, stuff like that. So out of fear, we gave them our password and stuff. So they now opened our phone, collected all the whole money in our accounts, in my account. They collected all the whole money in my account and went ahead to borrow loan. And even the loan own, I didn't even know that they already did that, because I think when they opened my app, they saw my BVN and all. So that was where they got the information from.
With just a smartphone and a minimal check, these loan apps can approve and transfer money in minutes. It's a system designed for convenience, but one that the criminals now weaponize.
I think there must be a stricter compliance or checks on the part of the CBN to be able to say who is asking for this loan and for what he or she is needing that for. And of course, we have the data, we have the technicality, we have technology, such that we know when we ask for loans, it entails that you need to ask for your NIN, which is NIN, your national identity number. And of course, sometimes you need to look at the history of such individual that's asking for the loans. And most importantly, most of these financial or loan agents request for KYC, that's know your customers. And I think the fastest loan one can get these days is 24 hours. So I think with that number of time that is given, it's enough time to be able to at least do the basic KYC, that is know your customers.
The FCT Commissioner of Police says prevention is the first defense.
What we are doing in the rush hour now, we have bus stop policing strategy. The moment people are closing from work, we have our plainclothes operative and patrol team positioned around bus stop. What we want to appeal to people is that they should try as much as possible to use designated bus stops where they bought vehicle. When you see people standing alone looking for fast vehicle, they fall into the hands of the criminal. And this is the challenge we're having.
But in a city with no clearly marked transport system, the question is, how many people even know where these designated stops are? Until technology demands more than a 4-digit PIN to open a financial life, and until Abuja commuters have a safe, reliable transport network, stepping into the wrong vehicle could mean you lose more than your valuables. It could mean losing even a future. Soonest Nathaniel, Channels Television News.